Mr. President, I believe lifelong learning and personal and professional development are important in all professions and workplaces. We all come to Parliament with our own life experience, background and knowledge from prior professions and community involvement. None of us comes with a complete set of skills and knowledge of all the areas we're called on to consider in our roles here. Furthermore, trust in and respect for our professions or role as members of Parliament is not high. We need to work to build trust and respect through honesty, integrity and a willingness to listen and learn. This learning includes an openness to change when new learnings create new understandings. If we wish to have a positive impact on our state and country, we need to enhance our learning and build our capability to be strong and effective leaders who are well regarded, trustworthy and respected. The Australian Futures Project is a non-profit company whose mission is to fix short-termism in Australia through building government capability and accountability. They acknowledge that this is a big task, but they also state their concern that short-termism is blocking a flourishing future for Australia. I recently attended an event celebrating 5 years of the Australian Futures Project, and the plan for the next 5 years was outlined. Following extensive research, the Australian Futures Project team conclude that until short-termism is fixed, Australia will not be able to seize the opportunities and address the challenges that will ensure a flourishing future and create the future that Australians actually want. On their website it states that until short-termism is fixed, we won't have meaningful tax reform, address Indigenous disadvantage or prepare for our ageing population. We won't have affordable housing, affordable childcare or the skills for jobs of the future. We won't address climate change and the energy crisis, increase our engagement with Asia or achieve equality for women. We won't build adequate infrastructure, address the mental health crisis or kick-start our stagnant productivity. The list goes on. But we are optimists. We deeply believe Australia has the determination and know-how to address these issues. We know that powerful levers exist to fix short-termism. We know there is widespread hunger to act. To fix short-termism, Australian democracy needs three things. 1, vision. Politicians who offer relevant and compelling visions for the future of the nation. 2, capability. Governments that solve Australia's big challenges. And 3, accountability. A simple way for the public to hold government leaders, politicians and public servants to account for the future they are creating on behalf of all Australians. The focus of the company is on capability and accountability. And again, I quote from the website. It is the job of politicians to offer the vision. The Australian Futures Project therefore focuses on capability and accountability. We do this by finding and building catalytic initiatives that 1, equip governments, politicians and public servants to solve Australia's biggest challenges, and secondly, empower Australians to hold government to account for creating the future Australians want. So, Mr. President, the Australian Futures Project runs programs and projects seeking to achieve this. 1, the 21st Century Service offers customised courses and solutions for building culture and capability within the public service to solve complex challenges for Australia's future. The other, the Parliamentary Leaders Program, is a specialised program for parliamentarians. I undertook this program last year and found it extremely beneficial and encourage all members to consider undertaking the program. Over the next 5 years, the Australian Futures Project plans to continue this work, further improve government capability and accountability. They have a number of strategies to identify catalytic fixes for systems and cultures that surround government and build accountability to address the ongoing disconnect between government promises and public expectations. Mr. President, I intend to remain engaged and informed of the work of the Australian Futures Project, as I believe that learnings from their work are relevant and will be beneficial to me in my role. Change is constant and we need to adapt and change too as we increase our knowledge, capability and accountability. All decisions we make in our communities, particularly in our role here in the Legislative Council, need to be made with an acute awareness of the need to bring long-term benefit to fellow Tasmanians. I strongly believe we must avoid short-termism if we are to solve the big challenges in health, education, housing, planning and infrastructure, just to name a few, and to see our state flourish. To conclude, I will offer the same challenge the Australian Futures Project put to the organisation and their supporters. They ask, Is this audacious journey for you? We're on an audacious, mission-focused journey. We commit to being big picture, catalytic, bold, agile, constructive and honest. If we are to create the future Australians want, there is no room for cynicism or waiting. Every bold journey begins with a single courageous step. It's not for everyone. Will you join us to fix short-termism in Australia?